Hello everyone, this is Daniel and you are watching Coin Help You. I want to talk about some of the biggest mistakes that I see new coin collectors making. And I've even seen some seasoned coin collectors make some of these mistakes. So stay tuned because we're going to talk about that. First, I want to go over some mistakes that I see new collectors making when they're buying coins. And, one of them is not doing any research at all, impulse buying. You might go to a coin shop, you might be sitting in front of your TV or on eBay and you see something, and since you don't know about coins, you automatically buy into the hype of the seller or that it's old or whatever's going on, and you buy it. And then you realize later on down the road that it was a poor investment. It wasn't a good purchase. And that kind of falls into the next issue I see is assuming that a seller or a dealer actually knows about the coins that they're selling or that they're actually honest about the coin that they're selling. And that they'll throw in things like, well, it's a low mintage. They've never minted them this low before, or the composition's changed, or it's a special finish, or, there's all these little things that typically do not add any value whatsoever to a coin. It doesn't make them valuable in the long run. There's just no guarantee, especially with modern coins. And then you'll have 100-year-old or some type of marketing gimmick like that on maybe a label, or maybe even on one of those little made-up sets. You'll see 100 years of Lincoln cents or whatever it is that they do to try to make a coin appear more valuable because of age. Well, age doesn't give coins value. It's how rare they are and how popular they are. Those two factors play the most role in, doesn't guarantee that there's going to be an increase or a future investment in value or anything. And that kind of falls into another thing that I see a lot is that don't get into coin collecting as an investment. Get into coin collecting or stacking because you enjoy doing it. There's a lot of things you can waste money on. And as far as coins are concerned, when you do buy from a dealer, you can't turn around unless you ask for a refund weeks down the road and get the same out of your silver or gold or your coins that you purchased it for. Now, if silver and gold went up enough, you might, but on most terms, coins typically just drop in value once you walk out the dealer's door. And that's unfortunate, but that's the way this market is. That's the way it is with everything that you buy. You can't drive a car off a parking lot, off a dealer, and then turn around and sell it for the same price that you purchased it for. So you're not really buying coins per investment unless, you somehow they go up in value later on because of silver and gold, or because you bought it under what they were worth when you purchased them, as a dealer would. So those are a few things that I see people making a mistake when they're buying. One other one I want to add is buying off people off the street or taking coins in trade where someone's got their phone out and they're showing you a high-priced Etsy ad, something that someone's trying to sell a coin for. Okay, it's not what the coin is worth or what it's actually sold for, but they're trying to show you that, hey, look, this coin's up for $2,000 and I've got 5 of them here. You did some work for me. You want to take that and trade? Don't do that. I've seen that a lot. I've had people walking in our front door who did work for someone and they got fooled because the person was showing them how much a coin was listed for, not what it sold for. So they thought they was really going to get some bang for their buck, and they didn't. And believe me, that happens a lot, so don't fall for that mistake. Now, as far as roll searches are concerned, these are some of the biggest mistakes that I see automatically. Someone starts buying rolls of coins, they see a video or they see an ad, and someone will say a 1969S is worth $40,000 or $100,000. And they don't catch the part in the middle that says the coin has to be mint state 68 or the coin has to be a double die. It just seems like that's a kind of a foreign term, so your mind automatically skips over that part of it, and the only thing you hear is 1969S worth 100,000. So then you find one and you call up a dealer and you're like, man, I heard online this was worth $100,000. And believe me, this happens a lot. We pick up on what's most familiar of what we hear because that's something that we know better. But when people start hearing MS 67 or PCGS or double dice, those are not terms that you hear a lot in public. So people tend to kind of overlook that part of the message. And they do the same thing on YouTube. That's one of the other mistakes, is to watch a YouTube channel from someone who's not very experienced or have no idea about errors or varieties, probably can't even tell you the difference between an error and a variety. That person should not be putting up coins on YouTube or telling anybody about coins. You have to learn about coins before you start searching. And Wechsler's Double Die site actually has a part of his site, some pages, that show worthless doubling. That is just as important to go there and look at that. And I also have non-mint errors on my website than it is to look at the double dice, so that you can see all the examples and what they're supposed to look like. Another thing that I see is automatically thinking you have the big one. Emotionally investing yourself in your coin before you even find out or even know yourself what a real double die looks like or what a real variety looks like, and don't even understand the minting process, but you think you have a $100,000 coin or a $20,000 coin. That's just not how it works. You have to learn your game before you search for it. In other words, if I want to go hunting, I'm going to learn about hunting, or I'm going to go with somebody who hunts and knows about it. How can you go deer hunting and not know about what deer do and about deer? You have to learn your quarry before you go after it. Fishing's the same thing. You just don't go buy a pole, buy a lure, and go out to the lake and start casting around and think you're going to catch something big. Oh, you might get lucky, but don't ever think that everybody's going to have beginner's luck, because that's why they call it beginner's luck. Not everybody has that. Okay, and a lot of these finds are luck. And another thing, don't ever assume what you hear in a coin community, or you hear in a forum, or that you hear on Facebook is accurate information about your coin. Most people know just as much as you do about coins. There are experts on those boards and in those groups that will tell you the truth. Once you hear the truth about your coin, don't get offended. Another thing that I see a lot is that people get upset because they've emotionally invested in the fact their coin's got to be something special. It matches to you, but when an expert or someone who's knowledgeable comes along, they tell you it's not, then you get upset. And I've had people literally want to put bad reviews. I have people put down thumbs down on my videos and everything because they did not agree with me. They don't think I know what I'm talking about. The problem is that I do know what I'm talking about. I've been in this business a long time. I study coins all the time. I see the same things you're posting up in the groups. I've seen them for years, and I see them multiple times, and I actually own coins just like it. And I know they're not mint errors. And it's really that simple for me. I just have such a great amount of experience in this business that it just puts you on a level that you can see what someone actually has when they even describe it without a picture sometimes. So another thing not to do, if you don't really understand double dice and mechanical doubling, and you don't understand the minting process, and you're trying to match your coin on Wechsler's or Copper Coins or Konica Variety Vista, you're not going to find a match, most generally, because you don't even know what it's supposed to look like. And that's why I encourage you to actually study out double dice, actually read about them. This is a big mistake coin roll searchers make, people who are trying to find something in their change, or they're buying rolls at the bank. It's a huge mistake when you don't understand what you're looking at in the first place. You're probably not going to find matches. When you don't even know if you're looking at mechanical doubling or not. And that's one of the issues that we run into. You got to know what a double die looks like before you can start matching double dice. And one of the final mistakes that I see people making is seeing a lot of things in their coins because there's toning or contact marks, and contact marks are from other coins or other blunt objects, because you can see a lot of things on coins, but as far as a coin being overstruck by another coin, or you've got to go to Heritage Coin Auctions, error-reference.com, my website. I've got mint errors listed there with pictures, and look what overstrikes look like, and look what coins look like they're struck on the incorrect denominations and things like that, as far as struck on foreign planchets and things like that. You've got to study this out before you automatically think you have something, because it'll save you some grief, and it will frustrate you a little bit because you just seem like you're not finding anything. But set some goals, as far as maybe putting together year sets and sets of dates and mint marks and things like that for decades, and maybe fill in some albums and things so that along your journey of searching, you're actually putting together some sets and things. And just don't automatically think you're going to find something great. Don't automatically think that when you do find something different that is actually an error or it's actually a variety. Quite the contrary. It's probably best to think that you don't have anything and go from there, because you need to eliminate everything it can't be before you can find out what it actually is. And you need to know what everything it can't be and what everything it can be. And that's very important. So learning the minting process and what it's supposed to look like is very important. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.